What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. I checked out Gunpowder Milkshake. It is streaming on Netflix, and it's an action thriller comedy. Well, it's more like an action thriller with comedy elements in it, and it stars Carla Gugino, Karen Gillan, Lena Headey, Michelle Yeoh, Angela Bassett, and Paul Giamatti. And this is a film that falls in the contract killer subcategory of, or subgenre of action thrillers. And by that I mean like films like John Wick. That's the first one that comes to mind. Basically, any film where it's about assassins. An assassin plays the main character, and then the agency that he or she works for ends up going after them because they didn't want to pull off the job. Okay? So this is a story that we've seen many times. The agency wants them to put out a hit. Suddenly, the assassin develops a conscience and doesn't want to do it. And then guess what? They send everybody after her. And does that sound familiar? Sounds familiar to me. It sounds like pretty much every other film in this genre. So, I wasn't expecting anything really special. I mean, they needed a kind of a blueprint to bring these two great actresses together in one big action movie. So I was expecting a big action movie, like a movie just full of gunplay and ass kicking with kicking and punching. That's what I was expecting. And there is a fair share amount of that. Okay, like you should go into this movie expecting this type of action, right? But I'll tell you this. I can easily say that this movie is style over substance. And it's not even so much the story, it's the style of the action. It's just too stylish for what it is, okay? There's a lot of, you could say that this film almost feels like John Wick meets Shoot 'em Up. Remember Shoot 'em Up? That also stars Paul Giamatti. But basically, Shoot 'em Up is a gunplay action comedy. A very brutal, like a hyper-violent gunplay action comedy. John Wick, also the same sort of thing, but it's more raw. It's not stylized. It's more like, the action is really in your face and it's just non-stop, right? And also there's the connection to John Wick, not like story-wise, but like the comparison is that there's also like this secret society of assassins, or this like a society of assassins. There's rules, there's laws, there's like rules that these assassins live by. So it's a lot very similar to John Wick. So I didn't really care for the story, but I was really excited to see these great actresses come together and work together and bring some ass-kicking action. With regards to the action, like I said, style over substance. But the big thing that really bugged me the most is that like the style over substance thing takes over too much. So a lot of the action scenes are filmed to look cool. So when you're watching it, you're just thinking to yourself, okay, well, it looks cool, but it doesn't feel impactful. As in, like, I don't really feel any real sense of, like, are they really in any danger? Or is this scene just exists to know that, like, they're all invincible? And then they just want to make action scenes which we know they totally survive from, and they just want to make it look cool. That's what it feels like. Let me give you an example. There's a fight with Karen Gillan and three thugs, and then, they do the John Wick style of fighting where, they give you a full wide shot, and then the protagonist pulls off like a 20-hit combo all in one take, okay? Maybe it's not 20, I wasn't really counting. In any case, so she was pulling that off, but when you're watching it, it feels so tame. It feels so underwhelming. It feels like it's so choreographed. It's like, first I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go that, and then I'm going to go this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do... it just feels so choreographed, and there's really no feeling into it. The performance is not convincing. It just feels like, okay, here's an actress, she's going through the motions, and it feels like rehearsal. It doesn't feel like anybody's really hurting anybody. So I didn't really feel any of the actions very impactful. To top things off, you have a great martial arts trained actress like Michelle Yeoh, and they really don't give her a lot of anything to do. I mean, like, in terms of, like, the action. The action is just so underwhelming on her part. I was looking forward to them working together as a whole, or even separately, but then each of them are given their screen time, their moments to shine. They didn't really do justice for Michelle Yeoh, because as a martial arts actress, I firmly believe that she should have her moment, but they never give her her moment, and I felt like that's like that was a letdown. That's, they dropped the ball on that, so that's really unfortunate. I like I like that they have there's pretty good chemistry between them all. I like Angela Battett's character; she's got a lot of attitude. I like Lena Headey's character. Karen Gillan just feels a little bit clueless and just um, I'd rather watch Nebula. I know that's a totally different performance in film, but like, I feel like she's better as Nebula than she is as this character, because the physical performance wasn't there, and she's just a very, I don't know, I just don't find her to be a very dynamic character. It's still, like, I still appreciate what they did with this. Like, some of the action is quite decent and somewhat entertaining. There's some fun and surprising moments. But all in all, as an overall film, especially with the climactic finale, you can tell that this film is totally style over substance. Like, it's like cartoon violence. It just doesn't feel impactful or real in any way. So, but it's still somewhat entertaining. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. It's an above average film, but it's not something that's really, really like spectacular. It's not anything that's really outstanding or amazing. It's just it's a collaboration of really talented actresses in an action film, and you can't expect much more than that, because it's nothing that stands out about it. Okay. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. That's my review of Gunpowder Milkshake. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.